Are you ready for some fun in Steve's kitchen today? We're making a cheeseburger. We've taken an onion ring, stuffed it full of burger meat, put the cheese inside, breaded it and deep fried. Trust me, a lot of fun and tastes just delicious. Come on, let's get on and make, what are we going to call this? An inside-out burger? An in-and-out burger? You decide. Now for these burgers, you're going to want a fairly large brown or white onion, and we're just going to slice both ends off the onion, and then I want to cut it down through the middle. Now pop the center out of the onion, and we won't throw that away, we'll save that for another recipe. We peel off the skin, and we should be left with 2 or 3 decent size outer rings. Now you're going to want a couple of onions to make at least 6 good size onion rings. Here I've got 450 grams, that's about 1 pound of ground beef. We're going to season that with some fresh herbs, about 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, and if you like it spicy, about 1/2 teaspoon of chili flakes. And finally some black pepper. I'm just going to mix this through. And then I'm going to take some of my burger and I'm going to pop it into the center of the onion ring. At this point we don't want to overfill the onion rings. I'm just going to fill all 6 of them with some ground beef, and I'm going to push a little indentation in the center. Now here I've got some lovely mozzarella balls, but you could use any cheese. I'm going to push that into the center of the meat, and then I'm going to take some more ground beef and just cover over the cheese. Of course, we'll do this with all 6 burgers. And now it's time to coat our burgers. I've got some all-purpose flour. I'm going to add in some seasoning by way of salt and a decent amount of black pepper. Give that a little mix through. And now I'm just going to scramble these eggs together with a fork. Now take one of the burgers, dip it into the flour just to dry the surface. And then with my right hand, I'm going to drop it into the egg and use the other hand to get the coating. The reason I'm doing this is to keep one hand from getting too sticky. We then drop the burger into our breadcrumbs and use the dry hand to coat the burger over with breadcrumbs. Now I'm going to double coat these, so I'm going to pop it back into the egg. Again with a wet hand, give it a little turn through, and then back into the breadcrumbs to get a nice even coating. Now that is exactly what I'm looking for. Put that aside and I'm going to get on and do the rest of the burgers. Now the all-important oil temperature for frying. If you have the oil too hot, you'll burn the outside of the burger before it's fully cooked through into the center. So we're looking for about 150 to 160 degrees Celsius. That's about 300 to 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Using a pair of tongs, I'm just going to lower the burger into the hot oil. It will fizzle and you don't want to just drop it in, otherwise it may stick to the bottom of your pan. And we're going to let it cook at that constant temperature for 5 minutes. Now, if you want a slightly pink burger, aim for about 4 minutes. If you like it a little bit more well done, 5 minutes will be perfect. Now you can see how gorgeous and golden brown the burger is now. I'm just going to lift it out of the hot oil and I'm going to put it onto a plate with some paper towels just to drain some of the oil off. I'm going to carry on. I'm actually going to only cook 3 of these for the purpose of this demonstration. Now with the burgers ready, I've made myself some French fries, which I've done with a little bit of herbs and turmeric. I'm just going to stack them on a slate plate. We just season them with a little bit of salt. And now let's take one of those onion ring stuffed burgers. And as you can see here, I've taken 3 of them and frozen them. I'm not going to cook these all in one go because we don't need them all today and they freeze really well. I love these little slate plates. They make a great serving tray. The burger is still piping hot, but I'm ready to tuck in and give this a try. So I think I'll cut this in half. We'll just get through the onion. I won't go all the way through. What I'm going to do, if it's not too hot, is I'm just going to pull that open. Look at the juice inside there. The breadcrumbs has trapped all the moisture in there. It's literally running down my hands. The onions are perfectly cooked. I've got to tuck in and get this while it's still a little bit hot. Just perfect. A gorgeous, juicy burger. We've got the onions, the breadcrumbs, the cheese as well. This has been a heap of fun. I'm really looking forward to tucking into this, so you guys better get off and have a good day and leave me to eat maybe 1 or 2 of these burgers. If you decide to make them, share across some pictures with me on social media. I'd love to see what you come up with. Be good, And I will see you in another episode of Steve's Kitchen very shortly. Take care. The fries are pretty good too.